everyone, and welcome back to Jeffy and Chihuahua. My name is Jeffy, and this is clearly not my Chihuahua. My Chihuahua is feeling on the lazier side today, and also we're doing cold process, so he can't really be here for most of this anyway. So in his place, I have Fake Android. Fake Android is a stuffed animal that I got at Walgreens, and I really love this stuffed animal because he's kind of a mermaid, but he's not just any mermaid dog because a mermaid dog wouldn't have the back legs. He is a dog in a mermaid costume, and I really appreciate the brilliance in this. So we'll let him sit here and begin our project. So today we're going to be working on something that should be really easy. It's making little mica lines in between layers of cold processed soap, and this is a really good way for us to get a lot of colors and not have to do a lot of mixing. The first thing I want to show you guys is this cane of soap that I made, and I made this ahead of time so it will be nice and dry for us. And I'm just going to peel it back. This is heart-shaped. You can get these in a bunch of different shapes. I got this one at Brambleberry, but you can find these all over Etsy. You can even find some on Amazon, so you have a lot of different shape options. Alright, so now that it's unmolded, I can see there's a little bit of stuff kind of where the seam is, and I'm just taking a potato peeler that has this really pointy edge, and I'm just going to pull it down to get rid of any extras that are in the wrong place. And I'm just doing this really lightly just to take off that little seam. And maybe if I get close, you guys can see what I'm talking about. There's all of that stuff on there that I just peeled off. Alright, so my next step with this cane is going to be to cut it to the length of our mold, which is about this long, and I'm just going to use a straight knife to do that. Alright, and we can test that this fits before we get any farther, and it looks like we have a perfect match. And then with what we have left here, I'm going to use a crinkly cutter to try and get some cool shaped hearts to put on top of our soaps. That looks perfect. Now that we have all of our little embeds completely ready, I'm going to go get our lye water and mix it in with our oils. So here I have my oils and my lye water, and they are about 10 degrees apart from each other, so I'm ready to combine them and give them a good stir with my little mixing stick. Next, I'm going to add a little bit of vanilla color stabilizer. And finally, I'm going to add about 1.4 ounces of our fragrance oil. And the reason I'm using that much is because this is 2 pounds of soap batter. All right, I'm going to give this one more quick stir, and then we'll be ready to begin our design. And I believe we are ready to start pouring into our mold. Alright, so I'm just going to pour a really thin base layer. Make sure it gets spread to the corners. I have this little strainer, and you can buy these on Brambleberry, or you can just use one that you find at your regular food store. And I'm just going to put a little bit of our mica powder into it and then begin to shake all over the top of this mold. Now the key here is to make a nice thin layer of mica. We want it to cover our entire layer of soap, but what we don't want is for it to become so thick that the moisture can't go through it, because then our bar will break apart when we're finished. And so I'm just going to go over the top and lightly tap it. But that looks pretty good to me. It's kind of hard to get at these sides just because of how my mold is, but this should be okay. All right, so the next layer is just going to go right on top. And we'll smooth that out. Next color I have is this gorgeous yellow, and I'm just going to go through the same process, just tapping it all over. Next, I feel like we're ready to add in our little heart cane. I'm just going to put that in the middle. Time for our next layer. The next color I'm going to go in with is this bright blue. Tap, tap, tap. All right, and to finish off, I just need to scoop the rest of our soap onto the top. To give a little bit of texture to this, I'm just going to take my spatula and kind of make a little bit of a design. I'm feeling pretty satisfied with that. Now I'm going to add some sparkle, and I got these at brambleberry.com. These are biodegradable glitter, and they will degrade in the shower, so these are really cool. And this I'm just going to sprinkle down the middle. And then finally we'll add some of these for our finishing touches. So now I'm just spritzing the top with a little bit of alcohol. All right, it is day number 2. I have replaced fake Android with real Android. Thankfully, you know this is the best Android of all. And here is our beautiful soap loaf, and I am just super, super excited to cut into this. I have 2 different cutters here for us. I have my regular straight cutter, and then I also have our crinkle cut. I really hope we can get some good crinkle cut pieces, but honestly, I've had very little luck getting straight pieces with that cutter, so we will see how this all turns out. So time to unloaf. I had a little bit of issue with it getting thick on me near the end. I think I added my polysorbate a little bit late. I think you're supposed to mix it in with the lye water, and I realized that after the fact. But overall, this seems like a pretty good bar, and I'm really excited for us to see the cut. So this is bar number 1 using my straight cutter, and I really like it. The only thing I dislike is it looks like our black kind of got a little bit of a line around it, but other than that, all of our little mica lines look really good. All right, next I'm going to try and attempt to get us some swirly lines. And I have the bar on its side, that way our mica lines don't drag across the entire bar. Okay, I think I already like this cut a lot better. It adds a lot more dimension. All of our mica lines turned out really nice. These look really cute. I really love the hearts. So these are our finished products. Overall, I'm really satisfied with how they turned out. I think next time I would not use a yellow color unless it was like in a rainbow setting, because I just don't think that the yellow turned out as dark as I would like it, but our blue line and our orange line turned out really perfect. I also really like the straight cut as well as this wavy cut. I think it gives a lot of extra dimension, and I really love how the heart embeds turned out on top. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please consider hitting that like button and subscribing so I can see you again next time. Bye!